Swiatek plays like all the men did 5 years ago. They've developed a wide variety of shots, just like I used to love watching Bjorn Borg play against John McEnroe, with their quaint little wooden rackets. Swiatek has dressed up nice in the red, white and blue of the sponsor's version of the French flag, and she's always so nice. But unfortunately, for me, I always like to support the underdog, and she's against Naomi Osaka. I tend to get excited in a crowd, and there's nothing really that rhymes with Swiatek for me to call out. Ego, just sounds a bit Addams Family. Oh, it's not a French crowd, the band aren't in. While Naomi Osaka wouldn't usually be, she's just had a child and she's come back to work. She's the underdog. I'm going to support her. No, if I was a tennis player, and I could have been a contender if my parents had had shed loads more money, I like to think that I'd have been smart enough to cultivate this sort of easy alter ego of K-pop that Naomi Osaka seems to do. There's no doubt in my mind that Naomi Osaka is Xena warrior princess. Watch the reruns if you're under a certain age. But in all the interviews, she cultivates this K-pop cuteness. Now I know she's from Japan, but it's so beautifully passively aggressive to have this warrior princess inside of that fairy tale princess. I'm right around the time that we were choosing all our directions, I decided to concentrate on my architecture studies, and she became a pro tennis player. Should have been me. Oh, she gives such perfect answers in conferences. Press conferences, me and her could have been in conference. I think I've made myself clear. I don't think I've minced my words as I often do. She could have attended this primal match against me when she should have been number one. But she decided on the most fulfilling life without including me. I feared that she could be entering this gladiatorial arena with baby brain. I could hear in isolated spots around the arena, which could possibly have been emanating from the speaker's "Naomi" calls. All the shout-outs on the women's game were from women. I just don't understand it. The women's game is a more beautiful game. It's got the curve of the ball that they sometimes trace in the little yellow arcs of the action replay. And then there's the athlete themselves and the legs. And to me, this was a high profile tournament, wasn't it? And blonde versus the brunette. My chance, my contributions, my cheering Naomi on. Osaka! She's got to feel it coming from me. I did this one at various punctuations about the match when it was match point, set point, break of serve, something like that, against her, but I restrained myself, but I really wanted to shout it. Rugby chants. Come on, my warrior! Come on, my chief! Tennis, and this game was such a theatre. And what did the levies say? We were slightly upping the gods. That was quite audible, but not in a distortion type of way. What I'm trying to set the scene of, and be there no doubt in your mind, that just saying for 10 years football players have been videoed to pick out who the hooligans are. Not just the hooligan as described by the other half, but those with potential, like the tournament organisers, deemed worthy of further investigation. The next day I had an underclothed, sorry that was a Freudian slip, an undercover security officer for those there's other idiots in a tennis crowd as well. The undercover guy called in his, and there must be a lot of them, called in his trench-coated, blue trench coat, made a point of pointing me out in English to her. They sat there having a chat, and she called in a guy my age, with a bit of salt and pepper around the ears, doing a bit of eye contact and a work smile, 25% grimace. I wanted to think of a good chant for something rhyming with Yannick. The winner from Sinner is a bit nerdy. Don't panic, Yannick. He was never going to. It was an easy walkover match for him. So they disappeared off, and I was back to drinking my half a litre of red wine. Undisturbed and unconcerned. Naomi, I didn't get Wimbledon tickets. Go to Queen's instead, at least as a warm-up. Please. If you're world's number one for a fair while, undisputed, of the tennis most interesting half of the world, and you read a lot of books, you might be interested in your own legacy. You might be less interested in those how to spot a narcissist YouTube videos from people that spent a lot of their parents' money on dossy university courses and desperately want to recoup some of it. But let's go with, you read a lot of books and you've never not read a lot of books. There's never been a gap. Because of your legacy, you're starting to take yourself quite seriously. You may or you may not know that your fans, your biggest supporters, are who you most need to protect yourself from. Or perhaps Roland Garros 2024 is your moment of enlightenment. Perhaps you're not too sure what's going to happen in the later rounds, and you're a big swinging cockerel of a thing. I'm going to exert my power with the powers that be, and I'm then in with them, and I'll get a management job in later life at very least. Iga Swiatek is a wonderful women's tennis player to watch. I'm quite happy to say, especially when I'm in the Polish cocoon that I am up in the second realms of the stadium. Philippe Chatrier. There's a lot of children in the crowd today. The next time a child goes ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da, needing the crowd to validate them and go, ole! If I had my way, beep.